Hello, friends. Welcome to the Cool Vedas. That's Vedas School. In the last video, we saw about how Pandu and Madri had met their ends. Today, let's see what happens further in the lives of Kunti and the Pncha Pandavas. What does future have in store for the young boys? Let's read along and find out more about this. Now, this story is from Sabhava Parva in Adi Parva. So, let's begin with the story of the Pandavas. The godlike rishis of Sata Sringa, beholding the death of Pandu, consulted with one another, and they said, "The virtuous and renowned King Pandu, abandoning both sovereignty and kingdom, came here for practicing ascetic austerities. He has ascended to heaven, leaving his wife and 5 sons in our trustful hands. Our duty now is to return to his kingdom with his offsprings and his wife." Saying this, the godlike rishis of magnanimous hearts and crowned with ascetic merit summoned each other, and they decided to go to Hastinapura with Pandu's children, thinking of placing them under the care of Bhishma and Dhritarashtra. The ascetics set out that very moment, taking with them those children and Kunti, and also the ashes of Pandu and Madri. And the delicate Kunti, though she's totally unused to toil all her life, due to her affection for her children and her eagerness to reach Hastinapura, felt that the long distance to Hastinapura to be a very short thing, a very short journey. Thus, having arrived at Kurujangala within a short time, the illustrious Kunti reached the main gate of the city. The ascetics then told the soldiers to inform the king of their arrival. The soldiers hurriedly carried the message into the court. Meanwhile, the citizens of Hastinapura, hearing of the arrival of thousands of Charanas and Muni, were filled with wonder. It was just soon after sunrise that they all came out in thousands with their wives and children to have a look at the great ascetics, the great Charanas and Munis from Shatashringa. Though very vast, the assemblage of the citizens of Hastinapura was yet very peaceful, for every heart of them was inclined to pity. And then finally came out Bhishma, the son of Shantanu, and Somadatta, and Dhritarashtra, and Vidura himself, and also the venerable Satyavati and the illustrious princesses of Koshala, along with Gandhari, accompanied by the other ladies of the royal households. The 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, decked with various ornaments, also came out. The Kauravas then, accompanied by their priest, saluted the rishis by lowering their heads, and then took their seats before them. Then the citizens also saluting the ascetics and bowing down unto them, touching the ground, took their seats there. Finally, Bhishma duly worshipped those ascetics by offering them water to wash their feet with and the customary arghya. Then the oldest of the ascetics with matted locks on head and loins covered with animal skin stood up, and he spoke thus. He said, "You all know that Pandu had abandoned the pleasures of the world and had come to Shatashringa to lead a life of asceticism. He had adopted the brahmacharya mode of life. But for some inscrutable purpose the gods must have in their minds, he was blessed with his eldest son Yudhishthira, who was begotten by Dharma himself. Then that illustrious king obtained from Vayu this other son, the foremost of all mighty men, called Bhima. This other son, begotten upon Kunti by Indra, is Dhananjaya, whose achievements will humble all women in the world. Look here again at these tigers among men, mighty in the use of the bow, the twin children begotten upon Madri by the twin Ashwins. Steadily adhering to the path of the virtuous and the wise, Pandu departed from this world 17 days ago, leaving behind him these five children. His wife Madri sacrificed herself in Pandu's funeral pyre and thus has gone to the world reserved for chaste wives. These are the ashes of Pandu and Madri. Do whatever rites should be performed for their benefit. Here are also their children with their mother. Let they be received with due honors. And after the completion of the final rites in honor of the dead, let the virtuous Pandu, who had all along been the supporter of the dignity of the Kurus, have the first annual Shraddha performed with the view of installing him formally among the Pitras. Thus, after leaving Kunti and the Pncha Pandavas under the care of Bhishma, the ascetics from Sata Sringa instantly disappeared in the very sight of the people of Hastinapura. Now, Kunti and the Pncha Pandavas were left in the care of Bhishma and Dhritarashtra. Now, will the Kauravas respectfully conduct Pandu's last rites? Will they accept the Pandavas respectfully? Let's read along and find out more about this.
Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more Mahabharata stories. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Namaste.